Today we are going to look at vent pipe in the different styles and applications. Now, if there is a gas-fired appliance in your house, it should be vented to the outside. Things like water heaters, forced air units, wood stoves, dryers, which is the #1 cause of household fires, and ranges. So glad I did that remodel so I can use all these pictures of my house. All right, so the vent piping takes exhaust gases off your appliance in the inside and vents them outside, whether that's using a fan or just natural convection as heat rises. In short, the venting is the life safety components of a gas-fired heater. It removes the carbon monoxide from the house so we can rest easy. Now at Todd Pipe, we offer a single wall and a dual wall vent. Both have the same interior diameter. Let's look at single wall first. The piping is super straightforward. You have a male end that is crimped and a female end that is pipe size. They simply slide together. The identification on the product is the diameter by the length. So this is a 3x30 vent pipe just pushed together. We offer that in T's, adjustable 90s, which double as a 45, or a straight extension coupling. And all your penetration pieces work together: flashings, storm collars, and caps. In single wall, you have increasers and reducers. The easiest way to look at this is the crimp side. If it's on the small side, it's a reducer. If the crimp is on the big side, it's an increaser. Moving on to round B-vent piping or dual wall piping. So there's an interior and an exterior. That's an insulation layer for making penetrations on super hot flues. There's a male side and a female side, and they lock together. As you push them in, there is a little tab that you depress that keeps them locked in place. A nice tight seal for flue gases. Vent pipe is measured diameter and length. You can see here this is a 3E12. E being round, O being oval. Everything is B-vent. Dual wall systems offer the exact same fittings: 90s, T's, Y's, 45s, caps, collars, etc. Let me show you how a flashing goes together to make sense of some of the components we don't see every day. There are 3 main flashings for vent pipe. We're looking at a 3-inch standard flashing here on the top, the smallest. The second is a 3-inch FHA flashing, which stands for Federal Housing Administration. It's the standard for flashing. And then a 3-inch dead soft aluminum flashing. That one has the biggest skirt of all. It's made out of aluminum and it's designed to bend and flex into any of the irregularities of a roof. All right, an installation looks like this. See the DW inside that flashing? That's for dual wall. You can see how a single wall doesn't fit really well. So with a 5 and 12 pitch, meaning as you go up the roof, for every 12 inches, the roof height will increase 5 inches. A 5 and 12 pitch flashing. Okay, picture that concrete floor is your roof, and that's your water heater vent sticking up through your roof. We're going to slide that flashing down over the top. The roofing would come on top of that, right? So now we have this waterproof membrane. And then we're going to slide a storm collar over the top of that. That's a secondary seal. Normally they'll put a piece of pipe over our vent pipe right down to that collar to kind of make these layers of water shedding off. And then we're going to set the cap on it. They would screw everything in place. That's what we sell our tech screws for. And then they would either take some Henry's mastic or roof mastic and goop up all those seams to keep it nice and watertight. And that is how it gets installed. Okay, one more piece of our tin vent information. There's round vent and there's oval vent. The oval vent is designed to go inside a 2x4 wall. Like all the other styles, it's identified with the diameter and the length as far as pieces. So a 4018 would be a 4-inch oval pipe, 18 inches long. You can get 4-inch oval T's, caps, 45, pretty much all the same fittings apply. And there is a round to oval adapter that transitions from exactly that, round to oval. The beauty of the vent world is it's super self-explanatory. So I want to look at this one drawing right out of the AmeriVent catalog to kind of go over just a couple of quick parts. You can see at the bottom it's coming off the furnace, then goes up through a 2x4 wall with some oval pipe, and then goes right up to right before it hits the ceiling attic space. There's a thing called a fire stop. Those are always sold in pairs and they're critical. They look like this. They get installed around that oval pipe up in the stud bay and block off the flames that could go up through the attic and the lid. Next on that diagram, see they transition from oval to round. That's the 4EO, E being round, O being oval. And then they go up through, flashing, storm collar, cap. Okay, so here's the question. If a contractor walks in with this exact list and says, hey, I need these parts, can you pull and write that information just based on this list, based on the description and based on what you saw here today? I personally think you can. Let's recap. There's two main brands in our immediate industry, AmeriVent and DuraVent, and they are not interchangeable systems. Make sure if you're pulling an AmeriVent fitting, it's going with AmeriVent pipe. Let's talk venting.